Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Hot Pocket. This might be number 5, if memory serves me correctly.
Lost count. We've done that many.
How's it going, Edward? Are you dandy?
I'm marvellous. Yeah.
Ruddy good.
I'm really good. Warm. Still warm.
The world is not so bad after all. No, it's gone to shit. Right, let's start off with some media, as always. Emma Thompson wears fat suit for Miss Trunchbull role, or Mrs. Trunchbull role, should I say.
For the musical.
Feasibly. Yeah, I didn't actually look at what the production was for.
It's Matilda the musical they're doing, so it's based off the stage play.
Okay.
But it seems like she's going for the Miss Trunchbull look from the American film.
The movie, yes. I mean, obviously there's loads of uproar about, why they couldn't just get a fat person to wear it. Is she being fattest? What's the sizest? Is that it?
I think it's
Weightist,
sizest, I guess. Yeah.
Fat shaming, basically. Is she doing that by wearing a fat suit? Your thoughts, Edward?
My thoughts here are I couldn't care less, really. It's like, she's going for the Miss Trunchbull look, which is supposed to be a bit more like, it's not just fat, it's hench. What was that thing what's the thing they do in the Olympics when they swing that fucking ball around and throw it?
Yeah, the discus.
Yeah. Putt shot, isn't it?
Oh, that's the shot put.
Shot, that's it. That's what I meant. Putt shot.
We're off to a kicking start.
Anyway, the point is, she's supposed to be hench and things like that, and it's not uncommon. And I think people are just out there to try and find any reason to put isms and ists and be offended by things now. It's getting fucking ridiculous.
Exactly. I'm with you 100%. And let's not forget that actors and actresses are portraying characters. That's kind of what they do. If Emma Thompson was only ever allowed to play Emma Thompson, then, she wouldn't get that far in her career, and acting would be shit. So to be able to...
brilliant one, and it's it's now probably a controversial one.
No, that's
but
okay.
Do you remember Tropic Thunder?
Ed's, interrupted me with a good point, I'm sure.
No. Fuck it.
Come on.
I'm saying. Do you remember Tropic Thunder?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, so they had the whole thing with Robert Downey Jr.'s character, but the big thing is they also had Tom Cruise play a cameo in it, and no one complained even then about it.
Because RDJ was blackface, wasn't he? He was portraying a black person. So
he was portraying a white person attempting to portray a black person. So that was a bit. Yeah. So that there was reasoning for that. But Tom Cruise in it, he was just played a fat guy.
Okay. But not a fat black guy.
No one cared. No, but no one cared. I just think it's fucking stupid.
I mean, if we really want to go out there, Edward, I'm going to throw Fat Bastard out there with Mike Myers. Jesus Christ. That's probably the epitome. I mean, that's stereotypes. That's you want to eat a baby. Dribbling grease and all that sort of stuff. It's comedy. They're portraying characters. If Mike Myers isn't going to stand there and start fat shaming people like on his red carpet debut, is he? Anyway, we get the idea. We're on the same page, and we hope you are too. Comment below if you're not, and we'll reply instantly. Beyonce releases new single, Break My Soul. First in ages, and everyone is obsessed. No, they're not, Kate. It's just you.
I couldn't give a fuck.
No, neither could I. I'm sure it's fabulous.
I tell you what I could give a fuck about. With things we're talking about music.
Yes.
2 years I've been waiting for this. This weekend, I'm going to go and see Rammstein.
Oh,
I'm fucking looking forward to it.
Nice.
Yes.
This week, and where is it? Is it NEC?
Rico.
Oh, I've been there.
It's not called Rico anymore.
No.
It was called Rico when they arranged it 2 years ago, and since then it's changed.
Yeah, I forget what they call it now.
RBS or something. I think is it Bank of Scotland? I can't remember.
Whatever.
It's a stadium.
It's a stadium. I've been there a couple of times for work, as you know, because it's 5 minutes away from you, and we've said, I'm up here on work. Maybe we should visit. Nope. Maybe next time. I'm sure next year I'll go.
Don't want you here. Fuck off.
Stranger Things Part 2 trailer is released. I haven't watched it, don't want to watch it, don't want to know anything about it. I've already scrolled past a couple too many things that I shouldn't have on Facebook. What about you?
Fucking arsehole. Yeah. I watched it on silent just to have a look. There's an interesting little bit in it. I don't want to... It's not ruining it. But I'm worried that they're going to... Do you remember there was loads of hype over the Never-Ending Story?
The Never-Ending Story? I mean, it was a highlight.
In the last season. It was, yeah. But I'm worried that they're going to try and do something like with a bit of a musical interlude again, just to carry off it from it.
Yeah, likely.
I'm hoping it's going to have its own thing, but might not even happen. Who knows? Yeah.
It might be that Kate Bush's Mad Max bit was the musical part of this. Moving on to Kate Bush, ever since they released Stranger Things 4, or at least the first part of, she's been getting 250 grand a week in royalties from the amount of plays that's gone. It went up higher in the charts than it ever has or had done back in the day. And people, Edward, are using that Back to the Future meme of when he does Chuck Berry on the guitar. Yeah. And then he's like, okay, you're not ready for it.
It's your brother Marvin Berry.
Yeah, you're not ready yet, but your kids are going to love it. That sort of thing. But hey.
It's well deserved. I mean, it's the first time it's ever hit number one. I'm surprised it wasn't number one in the first place. The bit I don't like, I'm not sure if you've seen that there are loads of people, I hate to use the word, but they're gatekeeping the song because there like, you don't get it, you weren't there when it was out, man. So you've got basically
hipsters.
We've got boomers being hipsters. You know?
Okay, yeah.
It's got to that point. What? Oh, it's suddenly popular. Did you not know it existed in the first place? Everyone discovers something at some time.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's one of those things, man. In the car community, you get it so much. Like, especially on classic cars when you're putting modern things on, modern wheels, and we're talking tasteful things. We're not talking like massive garish chromy wheels. Just like if you change anything, oh no, you don't want to do that, blah blah blah. You piece of crap. You don't know what you're doing. Then why are you even trying? Like, dude, I'm a young guy and I'm trying to get involved in classic cars. Like, do you want it just to die with you and then your cars are worth fuck all, or do you want?
You're talking to a Doctor Who fan here, and the same thing happens since its revival in 2005. Ree, shout out Ree.
Yeah.
She loves Doctor Who. She never knew it before it was rebooted or revived, and she loves it. And people go. You get worried that people are going to go, oh, you don't know what it. You don't understand it. You never watched the old stuff. Who gives a fuck? You enjoy it. Do it. Everyone discovers things at different times. I mean, fuck me, I didn't listen to Rush until 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah,
fuck
right,
off.
yeah. No.
If people enjoy it, let them enjoy it.
And just be happy. Like, if someone fucking says, oh yeah, I got into this 20 years after you did, then just say, oh man, I'm so glad you found it. Have you listened to this track yet? Have you listened to this album? It's not one of their most popular ones, whatever it might be. Moving on, music related though, Glastonbury 2022 begins. I don't know much about it, don't really care too much about it. But what festival experiences have you got, Ed?
One. Not big. I've never been big for live gigs.
Yeah.
Apart from the one coming up, or festivals.
I like that you say you're not that big on live gigs, but like Rammstein are known for like putting on the best live gigs.
That's why I've wanted to do it. Okay. I mean, it's a bucket list thing. I've never been big for gigs. I mean, the closest I've ever done is a Pink Floyd tribute act at the Barclaycard Arena.
Just going around all the banks, aren't you?
Festivals, I have only ever done one. I think I was 20. And it was the Glade Festival, and that was actually a spin-off of Glastonbury. So they used to have a Glade tent in Glastonbury, which is electronic dance.
Right.
And they did like a secret location thing. You'd go to a train station, they'd pick you up on an old bus, and they'd take you there.
That does sound like a pretty cool experience.
It was a really good experience, recreationally. And drugs are bad. And the... I enjoyed it, but to be honest, the bit I hate about festivals is the camping and the fucking mud and shit like that. We were lucky because we were practically a drought at the time.
Okay.
But I can't be... Glastonbury, I just fucking hate the idea of having to deal with the mud and fucking tents and shit like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I go to my festival experiences. I've never gone to a music festival. I've played at a couple of smaller ones, but like and in those situations, you're kind of away from everyone. You know, you kind of, this is the backstage sort of nicer bit. But I go to Silverstone every year with my dad for the Silverstone Classic. They have some music there. We camp, and it's the best. But that's because we've gone for 10 plus years in a row. So apart from COVID, so like we've gained so many friends. We now meet up with about 20 people, and we all meet up and we get at the same area. I remember the first few times we went, it was horrible because it was just surrounded by people falling over and trying to get to sleep at night. It was like you're just waiting for someone to fall on your tent, you know, like you just hear all these parties and shit going on around you. Not a fan. I would like to go to a music festival like Bloodstock or even Download or something one day with people who know what the fuck they're doing, because I don't want to go on my own or with someone who doesn't. But yeah,
if you're part of a good community that do it, it's great. Loads of people I know have done it. It's just me, to be honest. I'm just that fucking entitled. I don't like the idea of having to slum it. I'd rather glamp.
No, I mean, dude, I'm sure most people would rather glamp. Anyone who says that they would rather sit in a plastic tent on a roll mat with a sleeping bag with holes in it.
But it's part of the experience, Michael.
It's not part of the experience. I want to have a nice night's sleep after getting completely annihilated and watching some of my favourite bands that only perform in this country on big bills. Right. Going on, we've got a couple of Netflix bits now in the media. Netflix cuts 300 jobs as subscriptions fall. Obviously, with the like other platforms out there, Disney Plus, Hulu, Discovery Plus. I mean, I can't even mention them all. There's so many now streaming services. Obviously, Netflix pretty much kicked it off, but now they're all out there and people are starting to realise, actually, Netflix isn't the be-all and end-all. Do you use Netflix on the reg?
Yeah, I like Netflix when they started like their original stuff as well, when they started producing things like they did the Marvel Defenders verse thing, and they also, you know, Stranger Things. They've done well there, but then they started to just churn out shit. Commission anything as a Netflix original, and I think that's ruined it. The big thing that they are talking about now is account sharing, and they're saying that that's the biggest problem. So over lockdown, rather than people subscribing, people were just account sharing. Now they're talking about, if people want to account share, they want to try and add like a premium service for that, so you pay a few quid more to account share. I get that. I do get it. Everyone does it, I think. But I mean, I don't. Kate and I have one. She set it up originally. She created 3 users on it, which is absolutely fine. Oh, I don't mean that. I mean remote account sharing.
Sharing like the same username and password.
If you were to set one up, create a profile called Ed and go, here's my login, just use the Ed profile, then that's fine. But they're talking about if you want to do that kind of thing.
And what's the difference between, you know, like, why couldn't, like, for instance, Kate and I have our own profiles. Let's just say, hypothetically, we'll just have one. And then why couldn't I let you have a profile and log in like one of us would anyway?
Because I'm not paying. That's like you saying, I've got a TV license, I'm going to share it. You can't share it with me, can you? Right. It's profit loss. It's profit loss. So I mean, that could be like £7.99 a month. And then if you imagine everyone in the fucking world's doing that with at least one person, that's a massive profit loss. But they're losing out. Disney Plus are killing it at the minute, but I still think there's a lot more choice on Netflix. I think the problem with Disney Plus is there's not much like British content.
I mean, it's very Americanized. The thing I will there's a lot of variation. You're absolutely right. At Netflix, it's really weird what they're doing, and it's the way that big companies like this always go is like they start off really well, get really big, and then other companies catch on, try and do a similar thing. And then, for some reason, the bigger company, in this case Netflix, slowly destroys itself. So instead of giving back to the people that have been following and stuff, they put prices up. They're telling people you can't account share. And they're doing all these things, cutting shows that people have been watching for ages, making shit. So now you don't actually know, oh, it's a Netflix original, it's going to be good. Like, on the Disney app, and bear with me, I've only watched stuff on Disney that people have already told me to watch, but like I feel like if it's a Disney original on the Disney Plus app, you can probably say that they're not going to put their name on something shit. So it'll probably be good. Even if it's not your taste, it will be to a good production quality.
Yeah.
The other thing, sorry, I know you've got something frothing to come out.
No, I can't remember anymore.
The other thing I'll say is that Netflix, by far, has the best app experience. The Disney Plus app sucks. The Discovery app sucks.
Have you ever tried Amazon's?
I have not, no.
It's fucking awful.
It's so weird, isn't it? It's so weird.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Microsoft don't have a streaming platform, question mark? Obviously, they've got the Xbox apps and things like this, but apparently their Xbox, like Connect Play, linky stream from your Xbox thing is the worst on the market. And also, we both know from experience their phone app is ball bags. When you consider that Steam and everything provide a service for free without a subscription charge at all. Going back to Netflix quickly, and this is the last media part, confirmed ad tier coming to Netflix. Now, this was marketed in such a way that it was adverts are coming to Netflix, blah, 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 there's nothing you can do about it, and that's how the headline hit. However, what it means is people are complaining that Netflix is too expensive, so they're going to offer a budget tier that I should imagine is going to be like £5 a month or something, but you get adverts, which I think is absolutely great.
It's their way of trying to curb account sharing yet again. You don't want to. Okay. You want to share an account? Tough, but we can give it you at a reduced price.
Yeah,
just trying to encourage people to do that.
I think
because we're getting saturated now. We are. It's not like people pay for Sky or Virgin anymore, where it's one package and you get all this that.
Yeah.
You get, and it's all split up. You've got your Amazon, you've got your Netflix, you've got your Disney. Then there are people, for instance, we were having a conversation about people pay individually for Twitch. They're happy to watch someone. You're subscribing to individuals as well as companies, and it does add up. People probably pay about 30-40 quid
easily
on demand and streaming. Rather than pay Sky a one-off because all their channels are shit.
Yeah. And of course, let's not forget demand. Like, there's something different about me seeing getting a notification that that Pocket Knockers has released a new video, and then going, oh yeah, I'm going to watch that later, and then I can get home, cast it to my TV from my phone, watch it on my computer through YouTube, whatever it might be, rather than go, oh, it's 8 o'clock, fuck, I've got to get there, or you set it to record, and then that's only available on your Virgin box for however long, and it's ridiculous, and it's got adverts in it, whatever. I think it's a positive, actually. It started off as a negative, obviously, when I first read it, and that's how the news works, but I thought it was all right. It's an option, right? If you still want that, how do they even find out if you're account sharing? Just IP access?
I'm guessing it will be IP. I'm guessing what they'll do is if someone is trying to simultaneously stream on one device and another device, they might call it sharing. It's same as like how Spotify curbs it.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know it did. But
yeah,
I mean,
if you're listening on the PC and then you go to listen to something else on your phone, it cuts off and continues on your phone.
I thought that was a feature. Actually, I liked that.
Yeah, no, it's a great feature, but also it's their way of going.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
You're not.
Because that's one thing though is. You can't watch simultaneously. I get that, but if like someone, so this actually means you can still account share as long as you're not watching Netflix at the same time.
I guess. Well, it's not a feature in place.
Yeah.
This is something they're discussing and deliberating whether they should do it or not. So
yeah,
it's just that might be how they do it.
Yeah.
Or IP, as you said. Who knows?
Going on to the news now, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the media segment. Some food for thought, I hope. We hope. Rail strikes is the first article on the news, aka cost of living. People on different train operating companies are striking because the cost of living is going up and their wages aren't. And obviously the big thing here is that the company owners and high managers are getting paid millions, literally. I don't know anyone who frequently uses the train, and I feel sorry for those that do. I think we all have heard stories of how expensive the train tickets are to just relatively local places. For instance, if I was to go to UED, it would be costing more than a tank of fuel at today's rates. And I'd have to be on the train at the right time, and all that sort of other stuff. So the convenience of, it started raining, the convenience of driving and the cost difference isn't effective enough. So they're taken out.
I still think if you're not like a key worker and you're an office worker, and if you have to commute on public transport, I think that they should try and alleviate that pressure anyway, and try and encourage home working. I think they should still be a priority, because we can't deny that. Okay, COVID, it's at a low, thankfully, but it is peaking, and one of these reasons is because people are out there on public transport anyway. So I'd hate the idea of having to commute on public transport every day.
Yeah.
I got fucked off enough when I used to have to take a bus to work like 20 years ago. But
Yeah, I know what you mean. The cost of living currently is absolutely mental. It's not just obviously petrol that's gone up for those driving to and from work. It's everyone. Electricity, I think, probably, or power and energy being the main thing. Absolutely mental. I don't know how expensive your electricity is, but I think I can safely say ours has tripled in the last year.
It's going to be a lot. We've just gone on a fixed tariff. We in and ahhing whether to do fixed tariff or not. And we just thought, fuck it, it's not worth the risk. I don't want to gamble that.
Yeah. That's shit. I hope those, nice people working for the rail companies that are on pennies are actually on pennies and aren't just being fucking, bastards. But, I hope they get what they want. They probably won't, because it's a government-owned thing, really, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it government owned, or are they contracted by the government? I don't know.
Yeah, there's train operating companies, and they are all governed by the government, and they rent off National Rail, of course, who put forward all the rail and set rates and charges for all the lines and everything, because they have to maintain the lot. So they're all fucking each other, and it's the poor fellas, for instance, they're going around collecting tickets, working in stations and stuff that are taking the brunt of it. Polio is back, apparently. National incident declared in UK as disease spreads for the first time in nearly 40 years due to children not being vaccinated. It said in the article, particularly in London, and it said that it was actually a sample of water taken from the Thames. Now, polio, just to clarify, is not back. You don't need to start running for cover everywhere. I think, I don't really know how it works. I think when you're a baby, you're given some vaccines and things. Your parents are, you get stabbed a few times, and that's fine. That's it. One jab and you're all right. Some people are omitting those. I assume they're anti-vaxxers, or at least people who are dubious about that when the baby first pops out. Because that's how it happens. It pops out.
I believe I might be wrong here, but I think it's polio where people have said that. I can't remember the name. It was Jim Carrey's ex, right? But they used to say that polio vaccines could cause autism in children.
Right. I assume there's no science to go with that.
No, of course there fucking ain't.
Sorry, Jim Carrey's.
Yeah, I can't remember her name now.
So it wasn't him himself; it was his ex.
No, but I think he was caught up in the anti-vax thing because of it. I think he supported her.
Yeah. So there you go. Don't worry about it. Maybe check if you are vaccinated or not. If you're not, definitely get it, and you should have had it for the last however many years you've been alive. Good news, though, Ed, or a little bit before we move on. A ruderal bumblebee queen was spotted in Wales for the first time in 50 years. I don't really know what that particular species is, but I thought it was a bit good,
Oh, what? Did you say a bamba what?
A bumblebee. Buzz.
Okay.
It's called a ruderal. Ruderal. Ruderal.
Ruderal bumblebee.
Ruderal bumblebee queen was spotted in Wales. No, I don't either. It looks like just a fucking bumblebee, maybe a bit fluffier. Either way, it's good to know that actually, some things are okay and that the bees are all right, at least. They can't get COVID or polio. So that's good. Going back to COVID in the next bit, Wales says that free lateral flow tests are available in Wales until the 31st of July. So they've extended somewhat the Yeah, the free lateral flow tests. To be honest, I thought it was so weird that it's something you get charged for.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. I can't remember when they started it here. Was it May?
Feasibly. I'm not 100%. I remember, I think we got we got like 3 or 4 tests in just to keep in the drawer before they started charging. But the fact that they've started charging, classic British government, I think. I love this country. I'm such a big patriot, both you and girlfriend. I'm sure most people listening know that. I've got a Reliant Scimitar with the Union Jack on the roof. But the government currently are fucking the country so much, which is fabulous, I think.
Love it.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're...
Cheers, BJ.
Yeah, and the whole cabinet. Going on, this was today. What, do you want to hang on for that one a minute? Is there something you want to...
just like, no? let's move on.
Because we could just
we
be
don't
here.
want to talk about it.
So, 2 killed as a NIO or NIO, the electric car company, NIO. NIO. Electric car falls from a 3rd floor office in Shanghai. Now, there's 2 things here. It was, I know, you've got a face on, Ed. You've got a face on. There's a few things going on here. Why the fuck was a car in an office building?
Fast and Furious.
To be honest, the building, when you see the hole in the side, it looks, obviously neither of them were Jason Statham. But, I don't know what happened. But the thing is, the company jumped, and this is a quote, they, in brackets, the test drivers, came to test the vehicle, but say that the accident has nothing to do with the vehicle. So they're not saying, we're really sorry for the lives of lost or anything like that. They're literally just covering their asses. This was a tweet, and they actually deleted that minutes after they posted it.
Weird as I say, I kind of get where they're coming from, because did the company put the car up there?
So, let's backtrack a little bit. The car was up there. It was a testing floor. It was more like a multi-story car park sort of scenario, really. There was windows on the side.
It was like a test facility.
Sure.
Them. And then their car, when testing it, has gone out there fucking... It's not the car's fault.
No. I don't know what the issue was. There's no reports of it. And to be honest, let's fucking face it, we're never going to find out. But you would have thought that the car, especially nowadays, and especially electric cars that are super modern and everything, sensors all over them would have emergency braked before going through a wall.
That's just probably what they were testing. Just aim it at that window.
Yeah, let's not test it on a ground level wall first.
I'm telling you, it's foolproof. Don't you fucking worry. You imagine him like fucking Doc Brown in Back to the Future with the fucking remote control. You're going to see some serious shit.
Because all Chinese mechanics working on NIO vehicles come from Skipton. All right, love. Well, I'll bloody try drive this car through wall. Sorry, everyone who's northern. But yeah.
It's only Outdo Cookie. Who gives a fuck?
And Kimberly. So let's not forget, though, 2 people did die as a result of this. So regardless as to whether they were at fault, the car, the building, or whatever, my condolences, and I hope that they pass into the afterlife with ease.
Thoughts with the family, but it is shit. It is shit, but fucking hell.
The speed as well. I didn't even consider that. They're not just bumping into the wall. They're fucking going.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was like on a dyno, and then it came off the dyno and shot off. And
I think they were just trying to hit 88 miles an hour.
Fucking hell. Okay. Florida nabs largest python ever found in any state.
Well, I'm going to have a look at this.
Yeah, please do. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Yeah, again, we've gone from a ruderal bumblebee in Wales to a massive python. For those of you who haven't seen the film Python, you definitely should. It's a AAA film with some marvellous acting.
Fuck me. If anyone's ever played Curse of Monkey Island, they'll know what I'm thinking of right now. That is fucking huge. Jesus.
Does it have a name? Because that's my new dick name.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. her last meal was an entire white-tailed deer. And she was on her way to the female Balinese. I don't know. Apparently, they're pests in Florida.
Pythons?
No, she had been slithering around when a forest. Apparently, they used a male python named Dionysus. But I don't think she's got a name. That's annoying.
Oh, never mind.
Needs a fucking name.
Yeah, name it. Moving on. A weekly Ukraine update. In the last fully Ukrainian controlled city in, oh, fuck's sake, I didn't even consider I'm going to have to pronounce these places. Luhansk. Luhansk region. Troops repelled a Russian attack. So just to clarify, I'll reiterate what I just said. The last fully Ukrainian controlled city, aka they've completely defended any attack from Russia. Russia tried to come in and they fucked them off completely. However, that is the last fully Ukrainian controlled city. Ukraine will withdraw troops defending fucking hell Severodonetsk. Sure, let's roll with that. Sievierod.
We need to get Rain into one of these to talk about it.
She needs to do these segments, which has been the focus of heavy fighting. So basically, there's just so much back and forth, money and time from both sides being spent on it. Ukraine are basically wearing the bigger pants and saying, look, fine, take it. We're going to take our people out of there. And if you really want it that fucking bad, you can have it. I don't know how long it's going to go on for. Obviously, no one does. But we were talking last time about how... Russia are having to manufacture their own things, basically, to a limitation at this point. And I know that they're going full on, but I honestly can't see them. I can't see them doing it. Because as soon as it gets down to Luhansk, and it is the last fully Ukrainian-controlled city, and they've condensed all the Ukrainian forces in there, I can't see it's going to be a bloody fortress. I don't understand. Obviously, Ed and I don't know about how war works, politics. I mean, Blackadder is pretty much as far as I go. What about you, Ed? Did you watch any,
Star Wars?
Star Wars?
No, I don't, and I feel really it's awkward talking about things like this because there are people struggling, people suffering. There's God knows what political turmoil going on as well, and it's easy to just say this is what the news says. But I mean, just imagine being there. I don't want to.
Yeah,
and people are there. Fucking awful.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Russia. That's
fuck off Putin. Because I don't think the Russian task forces and people really want this to happen either. They do have a nice country, and it would be nice if they just stayed as they fucking were. Of course, I'm pretty much sure everyone in the entire planet thinks that. Yes.
Yeah, it's fucking awful. I mean, there are people out there in Russia being fed nonsense and believing every word of it.
It's bloody North Korea stuff at the moment, isn't it? They're polluting. They've cut off the network from everyone, and they're saying, bloody making shit up. I'm sure you all know about this already, but yeah, basically just being fed lies. Finally, in the news, and this is breaking news, abortion law in the US. It's literally just come in. The Supreme Court has ended constitutional protections for abortion. So what we mentioned a while ago and what everyone's been hearing for quite a while on Twitter and through news things has come true. And there's a train literally doing possibly one of the most important articles. There we go. It's gone. So that means that 13 states already have laws that ban an abortion in the event of the Roe v. Wade being overturned. So that's absolutely horrendous. I don't know, really. It's said in the article as well, and I tried to find one that wasn't, because you know what the articles are like. They literally focus on the negative. Just to clarify, it's all negative. And they will say that, they'll make you believe that abortions are now just simply not happening in America. This basically means you can still, even in states where abortion is banned, still have an abortion before 6 weeks. So as long as it is before 6 weeks, you can have an abortion. Now, that's still fucking bullshit. People should still have full control over their bodies. One of the big things that was put forward to me was that if you were raped, for instance, you would have to then just keep the child if that was the case. So if you'll have to obviously go get a sexual assault evidence kit, and as part of that, they will,
it's fucking disgusting. That is fucking disgusting.
But yes, there's absolutely no reason for it either. And there was one tweet, which was of an elderly lady who said, "I can't believe that, we've just undone everything we've worked for here. We've gone back to politics before the 50s. And I don't understand the positive that America as a government get for that.
There's so much involved, as you said. There's things like it could, there's things tied into this as sexual assault. There's just, the free, it's your own body, it's your own human right. Yeah. There's the financial reasons. Yeah. And there's one, but people might consider it minor, but overpopulation. If you think about it, I mean, if you look on the other side, you get countries like China, where is it 3 children now? I think they've upped it to 3 children per household.
I thought it was 2. Yeah. Okay.
But we're overpopulated.
Definitely,
we're ridiculously.
But I think we're at the point now where contraception and things like that are becoming much more available to much more people. And that is sort of keeping those numbers low. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about accidental things and, crime. Mm-hmm. And look, let's fucking say that your partner does forget to take the pill, or the condom does break, or, the coily thing falls off, whatever it is. And you don't notice until after 6 weeks, because that's very possible. You can have
It is very possible. It happens a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you have a period once a month. You have one period and then you wait 4 weeks. So you've only got 2 left now. I mean, it's reasonable to say you would wait 2 weeks to see if you're late or not before you start seeking medical advice. But the fact that you have to be on it. I mean, and I've got to say, Ed, the only conclusion I came to in my little conspiracy mind is that... you mentioned overpopulation, and I think that's what they might even be going for in America, because the more people means less money for them, and that means that there's more crime and that they can get them into prisons slaving away in there.
We're talking about a country where they have a prime minister who put their hand on a fucking Bible to an oath, which is archaic.
A president.
Sorry, president. Did I say prime minister?
Yeah.
I hope. It's archaic, and it's still a God-fearing country.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. They shouldn't have things that put upon you by religion anymore, ever. It's not about that. It's about basic human rights. And bear in mind, we're 2 blokes talking about this abortion thing, and that is nothing. Because no matter what we say, we are not the people in place to even really have a say in it, because it's not our bodies in the end.
Yeah,
this is about women and their bodies, and it just feels like it's oppression.
It literally is. Yeah. It's an oppression, and apart from it driving up numbers and increasing depression, poverty. There's literally nothing to gain out of it apart from men with fucking powerful jobs, positions, and power enforcing themselves on women and couples, and anything like that. That just to say, look, you're actually under us, and we can do whatever the fuck we want. Mm-hmm. Not only, we haven't even touched on the fact that means that backstreet abortions are going to spike like they did back hundreds of years ago in England. Bloody literally back alley coat hanger sort of scenarios and things like that. People at home that have been refused an abortion because it's beyond 6 weeks or whatever it may be, and that then, well, let's just fucking push you down the stairs then. Let's just give you a couple of hard jabs to the stomach.
Or overdosing.
Literal,
well. Overdosing, drinking, anything.
A can of Monster will do it.
Cause. any cause.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But, yeah, that's fucking horrible. Have we got anything nice to talk about?
We've got the odds and sods.
Yes, come on.
Ed, did you get a new car?
I did. Yes.
Did you get the C-Max?
I went for the C-Max. I was annoyingly, because there was a nice, like, Focus Estate that I was looking at. They didn't come back to me. And literally, as I bought the car, they messaged me and went, oh, yeah, well, I've got it. Yeah, it's still here. I'm like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
But I'm quite happy with what we went for because it's quite low mileage for its age.
Yeah. You showed me a couple of pictures. So was it 2011?
2011, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a 6-speed. Is it diesel or petrol?
It's diesel. It's a 1.5 diesel.
Oh,
but
okay.
it seems low, but actually it's good enough on motorways.
Yeah, yeah. And if it's
really
anything like my
for.
dad's one, I think my dad's is a 2 or a 2.5. But when it's got a really nice turbo on it, so that when the power comes on, it kind of whooshes you off. It's quite nice.
They've got some good poke on them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. And I hope you're happy with it, and that you what you want is something that you don't have to get the sweats every time it's MOT time, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I've put so much money into the Vectra, exhaust. Anti-roll bar, and I know the rear brakes are on their way out, and I know it's got a minor oil leak, and I wouldn't mind, but it's a minor oil leak on a car with nearly 123,000 miles. Last time I had a car like that, it didn't make it down the motorway before it started misfiring. Just don't want to risk that, driving a long journey and then something happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good size. It's a good size car. I mean, there's plenty of space, but in the back for for the dog as well, which is important.
Yeah.
And yeah,
fucking
you can just get
tiny dog. The dinosaur has landed in Scotland, everyone. A dinosaur resembling a lizard has landed in Scotland.
What?
Oh, Ed, you fucking posted it.
Oh, fuck me. The dinosaur. Yes, sorry. I thought you were saying that they've unearthed a new type of dinosaur. Yes, Rexy, our appointed mascot for Charity Shop Challenge, has made it into Scotland and is now in Ree's capable hands.
Yes, so Ree, look after it. I would like to say, I bought the fucking thing. I didn't get to choose who had it the first time.
You didn't.
I didn't get to choose what it was. I didn't get to choose what it was called. I didn't get to choose who it went to this time. It just fucking went.
You've got a Bond book. What else do you want?
That was like the cheapest thing you bought. Anyway, look after it, Ree. I'm sure you will. More than I would, to be honest.
Look what's up here. Look what's up here.
Oh, the glass dog.
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, before we move on to the Would You Rathers, everyone, just a quick announcement that next week, yes, this following week, we've actually got some more gaming stuff coming. Don't worry, there's some retro stuff in there. We've got some very modern stuff in there. We've got Sniper Elite 5 we've been playing. That is going to be cutted and uploaded next week. I'm very much looking forward to it.
And on YouTube soon, we'll have some wholly original taste tests.
Indeed, yeah. Is that July, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be, yes. So
you're not going to fucking do it now, are
because
you?
no one on YouTube has done it before.
Okay, literally just one. Okay. Going on to the Would You Rathers, everyone. Ed.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Brace yourself, deep breath.
Go on.
Would you rather be on death row for a crime you didn't commit and the most important person in your life is free, but they committed the crime, or be free, but the most important person in your life is on death row for a crime you committed?
Well, I couldn't handle that guilt. I would be in death row.
I'm exactly the same. That was supposed to be one of the hardest ones, but when you actually think about it, it's like, oh, no, I mean...
No, imagine living with that much fucking guilt for the whole of your life. I'd probably top myself anyway.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Okay, let's move on to a good one. Would you rather have hiccups for the rest of your life or constantly feel like you have to sneeze? Oh. That's a good one, isn't it?
Now, sometimes my hiccups can get really painful.
Oh, yeah. I think everyone's.
Yeah. I could get really painful hiccups. I Surely you'd get used to that sneezing sensation after a while. Yeah, just go around with a grimace face.
Yeah.
I'd be all right with that.
You're right. I think you may actually acclimatise to it. But also there is one thing, and I might actually go for the hiccups because it doesn't say of the duration in between hiccups.
Oh, you're working around it now, aren't you?
No.
I did this with a microwave, and you fucking
look,
you
right.
shot me down.
I'm not saying I want 2 years in between hiccups. I'm, just like you could have a good solid minute of perfect, fine, normal activity. And then everyone, because imagine you'd be able to go into the shop and buy a Mars bar, maybe even do one hiccup whilst you're in there. No one knows the difference. Say, oh, that man's got the hiccups. You go in there wanting to sneeze. Whoa! What the fuck is this guy doing?
Imagine working like on a call centre. Oh, even worse. Imagine working for like Samaritans or something.
Yeah.
And you're there trying to deal with people who are going who need emotional support.
Yeah.
And you're just.
Yeah. Oh, well, we haven't talked about the sneeze. That could affect your speech. Okay. Sir.
Hello.
Very hot room. Okay. Finally, Edward. Would you rather be a strawberry with human thoughts or a human with strawberry thoughts?
I don't know what the strawberry thoughts would be. There'd be nothing.
I mean, you'd be very stupid.
Maybe I'm already there.
No, you're not pretty enough.
Okay, and then we've got the option of a strawberry with human thoughts.
Yeah.
But I mean, how long? I mean, would you be on the vine? I was going to say, but I mean, would you be on the strawberry plant?
National Accident Helpline.
Would you have been picked, like left to rot?
Just in a punnet in Morrison's.
Yeah. And then you're just like slowly withering away with human thoughts.
Yeah. Let's go for on the vine.
On the plant. It's a plant, isn't it?
Is it a bushel? Anyway. Bushel.
Anyway,
let's go on, because I mean you would die within 24 hours if you were taken off.
I'd guess I'd be a human with strawberry thoughts.
Me too, because imagine just being attached there next to a roadside somewhere, just being like, oh, this is fucking shit.
You can't even see. You'd be like the guy in Metallica. One.
I literally feel the same. Strawberries have taken my mind, taken my thinking. Okay, right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This has been Hot Pocket number 5. Woo. It's not hot today. It's fucking shit. Thank you for watching. Tune in for more. Subscribe and like if you did like it. Unlike it. Unlike if you didn't. Ed?
Like and unlike. Like.
Ed Trots Ed. We didn't talk about that. That's news.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch and Instagram and